So this card is, I really like it because it's a badger that makes mushrooms.
Badger. Mushroom.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Steve, and today I'm playing Miss Bumbleflower. I'm going to be drawing some cards and making some friends.
Hi, my name's Patrick, and today I'm going to be playing Hazel, the new Golgari commander from Bloomburrow. I'm hopefully going to be making lots of squirrels and throwing them at my opponents.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt. I'm playing Zinnia, Valley's voice. I'm going to make a lot of offspring, and don't ever talk to me or my son again.
Hi, my name's Gabe. Tonight I'm going to be playing Bello, Bard of the Brambles. And I'm going to make a trash, and I'm going to make a smash.
Alright, I won the die roll, so I'm going to draw for turn. I'm going to play a Temple of Epiphany, tapped, scry 1. I'll leave that on top and pass the turn.
All right. I'm going to draw one, because that's what I can do on the beginning of my turn. I'm going to play a Raging Ravine tapped, and then I'm going to pass my turn to Steve.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. Island, and I will use that to cast a wizard class. I have no maximum hand size. Pass turn.
Ooh, nice. Okay, I'm going to start it off by drawing a card. I'm going to play this basic forest, very nice basic forest. I'll tap 1 green to cast Ravenous Squirrel. It's a 1/1 squirrel with whenever you sacrifice an artifact or creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Ravenous Squirrel. And for 1 black and green, I can sacrifice an artifact or a creature to gain a life and draw a card. That's my turn.
Alright, I'll untap, upkeep, draw. I'm going to play a Sky Cloud Expanse, and I will filter into that to play a Fellwar Stone.
Ooh,
and pass the turn.
Nice. I'm going to draw for turn. Then I'm going to play a mountain. Then I'm going to tap those 2, and I'm going to play a Gruul Signet, and then I'm going to pass.
Alright, here we go. Untap, upkeep, draw. Sky Cloud Expanse looks familiar.
It's a good card.
I'm gonna filter that to 2 for a Fellwar Stone.
Also a good card.
Also a good card.
Wait, have I seen this one before?
Right? This one, though, gets to produce a green and cast me a Spore Frog. Bog Frog! Stay away, on. Pass away.
That's a lot of cards.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to untap. Draw. Interesting. I'm going to go straight to Rumble. We're going to combat. This squirrel's going to come be aggressive somebody. I'm going to attack Gabe for 1.
Oh, all right. I'm going to take 1.
Huzzah! First blood.
We'll remember this.
Second main, I'm going to play this Golgari Rot Farm and bounce this forest back to my hand. And that'll be my turn.
Right.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. Alright, I'm going to filter in and make a red with Fellwar Stone and cast my commander. Zinnia, Valley's voice, flying, and it gets +X/+0, where X is the number of other creatures I control with base power 1, and creature spells I control now have offspring 2. And then pass the turn.
Dang. You know, I really love The Offspring. Smash is like one of my favorite albums of all time. I'm really digging what Steve did over there, so I'm going to play a Thought Vessel, and I'm going to have no maximum hand size now as well. Then, because I'm going to have some big rain plays here, we're going to go ahead and put the colorless into the Gruul Signet to get a Mind Stone going. And, you know, I got my rocks. I got my no land drop for the turn. But I got my rocks, so I'm going to pass it with that.
Okay, a lot of rocks on that battlefield. Untap, upkeep, draw. Let's see if we can't do a bit about that. 1 to 2 to 3 for a Lauren of the Third Path. 2/1 vigilance when it enters the battlefield. Destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. I'm looking at that Thought Vessel. And I can tap and target opponent, each draw a card.
You know, wizard class is also a legal target.
Yes, that
So
was
was
an option.
Fellwar Stone. But,
For that wonderful idea, I think my Spore Frog's gonna swing you for 1.
Listen, I'll take it this time.
Doink. And that's my turn. Yep. Have to.
Wait, I'm going to untap. I'm going to draw I'm going to look at all these super useless cards in my hand. I'll play the Swamp. Then I'll go to combat. And, well, seems like there's only one person without a blocker. So my squirrel's going to come tickle you one more time, Gabe.
Oh, come on, dude. Like,
Hey, man. Just play blockers.
I'm playing trash. I
don't have blockers yet.
I have trash.
Second main, I'm going to tap for 3 mana, 2 for my Golgari Rat Farm and 1 for my Swamp. I'm going to cast Scurry of Squirrels. It's a 2/2 Squirrel Scout with Myriad. So whenever it attacks, I make a copy tapped and attacking to an opponent that the original copy is not attacking. Also, whenever Scurry of Squirrels deals combat damage to a player, I put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Or I control.
Terrifying.
Yeah, so hit you once, it becomes a 7/7, and then we go from there.
Wow.
And that's my turn.
Pretty good.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw, and play a Temple of Enlightenment, scry 1, leave that on top. I like to put lands into play tapped.
Precons, baby.
2, let's play a Tetsuku Umezawa, who is a creature with power 1, so I'm going to now go to combat, attack Patrick for 2 commander damage.
Oh. All right. Well, I don't have anything with, I think, flies, right?
It's flying.
Assuming the bird flies. I will take 2 and mark 2 commander damage. Good.
And then I'll pass the turn.
All right. I'm going to untap for turn. I'm going to draw my card for turn. We're going to start by doing some really sneaky sequencing and going with a Lotus Cobra. Then we're going to play a land that's going to trigger, and I'm going to make a green, I guess. And we're going to put that green into the Gruul Signet to make green-red. Then we're going to use the last green that I just played to play Bello, Bard of the Brambles. And when Bello enters the battlefield, each non-equipment artifact I control will become a 4/4 elemental creature in addition to its other types. And when it attacks and deals combat damage to a player, I get to draw a card. Hey, Steve.
I believe there's a clause on that.
What's that?
4 or greater.
Oh, four greater. Yes, it is. It is. Okay, never mind. We're still gonna make that play because it's a good play. But that
No cheating.
no cheating here. I gotta read the cards the way they're supposed to say because that's the way the game of play. Bello, he's a play now. He here. He come. That's it.
Thanks, no.
There.
Untap. Keep draw. I'm going to put down a Thriving Heath, and I'm going to declare green. So we'll tap for white or green in the future. And then I need a few more cards in hand. So I'm going to pay the 3, level up Wizard class to 2. When that happens, I draw 2 cards.
That's pretty good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Divination on a stick.
No good swings. Pass turn. Yep.
Isn't that what divination was originally? Was looking for water with a stick? Or am I thinking of something else?
Something,
divination?
water,
Water
something.
divination? Yeah. Wow, that's a fact.
Okay, well, I'm going to play a forest. I'm going to cast a spell before combat, like a bad magic player. We go green, green, black, black for 4 mana. I'm going to cast a Poison Tip Archer. Then I'm going to go to combat.
In response to that, I'm going to tap my Fellwar Stone because Steve gives me access to white, and I'm going to Path to Exile your Scurry of Squirrels.
I'm calling PETA. You're abusing the animals. Path is it Path to Exile, so I get a basic land?
Basic.
Okay.
Basically.
Our friend is exiled, and I will go search for, I guess, a forest and put it into play tap. You guys all have blockers, so I don't think my very scary ravenous squirrel is going to get anywhere, so I will just pass the turn after searching for this land.
All right, I'm going to untap, upkeep, draw. Well, that's sad.
That's sad.
Because I don't have a basic land in play, I'm going to play this Glacial Fortress tapped. But then I'm going to be everyone's best friend. Tap 3, and I'm going to cast Cut a Deal. Each opponent draws a card, and then I draw a card for each opponent who drew a card this way.
And you know what? In response to that, I am going to tap Lord of the Third Path, and you and I can each draw a card.
Perfect. So draw 1.
I like drawing cards.
4. Perfect. That's a lot of cards. And then I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to come at you, Gabe, because that scares me. So 2 in the air. Commander.
Okay, I guess I can't bolt the bird, so I'll take the damage from the bird. All right, there's my 2 commander.
And then I got to go to my end step and discard a card because I have 1 too many now. So I'm going to discard Polywog Prodigy.
Do that 10 times fast.
I can't. Pass the turn.
Is he a fire starter? Get it? Because Prodigy. Okay, so for my turn, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to tap my Mind Stone for colorless, put that into my Gruul Signet, tap for green, red, blah, 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 whatever, doesn't matter. Gilded Lotus. It's just, it's like a Black Lotus, but like way worse. Then, are you guys ready to go on an adventure? Because I'm going to put a Bright Cap Badger onto an adventure, and I'm going to make some Saprolings, or I'm going to make 2 Saprolings out of that. So this card is, I really like it because it's a badger that makes mushrooms.
Badger. Mushrooms.
All right, and with that, I guess Steve's only got a Spore Frog for an attacker. But I think I'm just going to hold back blocks here because
Coward.
what's the point?
Coward.
Go ahead, Steve.
Okay, here we go. Untap. Upkeep draw. So we're going to play an Evolving Wilds and deal with that later. And then I'm going to get to 3. That's the green. For a Bloodroot Apothecary, a Squirrel Druid 3/3 Toxic 2. When it enters the battlefield, me and target opponent Gabe will each create a treasure token.
Oh, cool.
Unfortunately, whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-creature token, that player gets 2 poison counters.
Oh, that's significantly less cool.
That's cool. So I
My token's pretty
will
cool.
Hey, squirrel, that's my one.
crack that Evolving Wilds to
It's a raccoon.
No, this is a squirrel.
Oh.
get a forest, and that'll be the end of my turn once I find that. Yep, pass turn.
Good. I'm going to untap. Your board states are all significantly scarier now. So I'm just going to make some blockers. Yeah. I'm going to play this Necro Blossom Snarl and not trip over that word. And when it comes into play, I have to reveal a forest or swamp from my hand. Hey, look, it's a forest.
Revealed.
Put that back in my hand.
Takes note, Forest.
Notes, yeah, on a little pad. Forest. Taps the table 40 times. Good. All right. Judge. Gets DQ'd. Good. All right.
DW.
I don't think I'm attacking anybody. This is too much going on. So we're going to play for green, and I guess this Golgari Rot Farm. Arasta, the Endless Web. A 3/5 legendary enchantment creature spider with reach. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach. And I think that's all she wrote.
All right, so untap, upkeep, draw. Ooh, still no lands. Love it. I'm gonna tap for 4, and I'm gonna make the best Ornithopter of Paradise I can, because I'm going to cast Ornithopter of Paradise with Offspring. So I'm gonna make a 1/1 copy of it.
Those kids are all right.
Yeah, they're not doing too bad. So then I'm gonna go to combat. And I'm going to come at Steve now with my lots of blockers.
Lots of
A 3/3 in the air commander.
Yep. That is going to take 3 for me. And 3 commander.
All right. And that's going to be my turn.
All right.
4. Or can I not count?
1, 2. Plus there's 1 original.
Exo or X
Doesn't
is the
count
number
itself.
of other creatures you control with base power 1. 1, 2, 3.
0, 2.
Oh, base power 1, okay. Gotcha. I can't read.
Reading is hard. I understand.
And that's going to be my turn.
Okay, I'm gonna untap. I'm gonna upkeep. I'm gonna draw. But first, I'm gonna finish my untap step because there's many things to untap. So we're gonna draw a card for turn. That's what I want to see. That's exactly what I want to see. All right, so we're gonna play a land for turn, and that's gonna trigger my Lotus Cobra, and I'm gonna float a red for the purposes of this. Then we're gonna play a Rain of Riches, which when it enters the battlefield, I create 2 treasure tokens, and since someone has made my treasure very, very noxious, it's gonna make this next part toxic, noxious. It's all same. It's stinky treasure. I'm gonna go ahead and use one of those treasure.
To poison?
Yep. Oof indeed. And I'm gonna use my Gilded Lotus to cast if I can pick him up, a Bright Cap Badger. He's gonna enter the battlefield. And when he does, he's going to trigger Rain of Riches because I used a treasure to cast him, which is going to allow me to cascade. And then we're going to cascade into, that's castable, Garrick's Uprising, which when it enters, if I control a creature with power 4 or greater, I draw a card. That's a creature power 4 or greater, so I draw a card. Now my creatures are all going to have trample. That's going to go on the bottom of my deck in any order on top of that. And because I draw that, I'm going to draw my card. Let's take that to my hand. Okay. Then I'm going to move to combat real quick. And since my Rain of Riches has haste, I think I'm going to send 4 damage over at you, Mr. Liberty.
Well, I guess I'm gonna take that.
All right. And can I tap for all the colors that I need? Yes, I can. So I'm going to go ahead and pass to Steve.
All right, and real quick at the end of your turn, I'm going to tap Lauren of the 3rd path, and you and I are just going to draw a card.
Alrighty then.
Whee! All right, now onto my turn.
Well, that's a good card.
Untap.
It's got cards on it.
Draw.
Does that have text on it?
It may or may not have text on it.
We're going to play a Flooded Grove. And then... Ding, ding, ding. No order matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For a Steelbird Champion. A 1/1 with Offspring that I am paying. And it's a 1/1 Vigilance. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So I am going to have a copy of that is a 1/1 and not a shark. And then a green and a blue with the treasure. Gets me a Simic Ascendancy. Whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on a creature I control, put that many on Simic Ascendancy. I can pay 3 to put a counter on a creature. At the beginning of my upkeep, if this has 20 or more growth counters on it, I win the game.
Oof.
Combat's not a good play for me, so I will pass it to you.
Okay, Simic Ascendancy. That's a card. It's
You want
a
to grab
card.
a copy token so we don't have a shark instead of a...
Yoink.
That'd be a good idea.
Ooh, this is ooh. Ooh.
Those oohs sound scary.
This is interesting. Okay, well, I'm going to play this forest.
That is interesting.
To me.
Judge.
To me, it's
I don't know if
brilliant.
that's...
That's an illegal play. I'm going to shuffle around some lands here. That second draw actually might change some things, but in the same vein of what I was going to do. For a black and a green, I'm going to play Zulaport Cutthroat.
Okay.
And for 5 additional mana, 2 black and 3 green, I'm going to play Moonstone Eulogist. It's a bat warlock creature. It has flying. It's 4/4. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you create a blood token. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on Moonstone Eulogist, and you gain 1 life. And I guess I should read what Zulaport does. 1/1 human rogue ally. Whenever it or another creature I control dies, each opponent loses a life and I gain a life.
That's gross.
Okay.
That's a lot. Yeah, I mean,
Consequences.
listen, I'm just gonna sit here and not attack anybody, and just make tokens, and it's gonna be fun. Everything's gonna be fun.
Consequences will never be the same. That's for sure.
And I'm gonna pass a turn.
All right, I'm gonna untap, draw. Hallelujah! I'm gonna play a command tower for turn.
Whoa!
Finally got a land.
Wow.
Still no basics.
Still no basics.
Still no basics.
Good deck.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I'm going to pay a slightly discounted junk winder for turn. And now, whenever my tokens enter the battlefield, I can tap some of your creatures, and they don't untap during your untap step.
Neat.
Let's go to combat. And 3. You know what? I'm going to hold back. There's a lot going on and keep some stuff up. So I'm going to go to my end step.
On your end step, I'm going to cast using a Mind Stone, tapping into a Gruul Signet, and then using Brightcap Badger's ability to give my Saprolings tap for green. I'm going to tap those for green. And I'm going to cast a big score, discarding a Path of Discovery to make 2 additional treasure tokens.
I have a trigger.
Oh, he's got a trigger.
I have a trigger.
He's missed trigger.
So when you cast Big Score, that is an instant, I believe.
It is.
So I will make a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach.
You got it,
that I
buddy.
have the token for.
And since you cast a non-creature spell, I'm going to put a 1/1 counter on each of my Steelburr champions.
All right, and I'm going to resolve my big score now and draw 2 cards because I've already added my 2 treasures there. And then I'm going to go to my untap step. I'm going to untap a bunch of trash and some.
I'm the trash.
I'm the trash man. I got my mushrooms growing out of my trash. I got my raccoons. I got my badgers. I got my snakes. Look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff. And now we are going to draw a card for turn, as is our right to do. Oh, that's really good here, actually. Okay, we got to do it like this, I think. So we're going to play for 5 here. I'm going to play Thickest in the Thicket, which is an enchantment. So I don't know. There
on my
you
Steelburrs.
do have a trigger on over there. And that's going to allow me to put X +1/+1 counters on target creature where X is that creature's power. I'm going to target Bello, Bard of the Brambles again, and I'm going to put 3 +1/+1 counters on him. If I could grab a die off somebody.
We'll trigger on my Ascendancy
That
as well.
will.
2 counters went on that. So 2 counters go on
Nice
that.
bright dice for you.
You got a nice bright dice over there? Thank you, Dagger. All right, so there we go. We got 3. And now with that, I'm going to be able to, for 1, 2, 3, red, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I should do this first. No, we're not going to do that first. We're just going to do, like this. For 2 mana here, 3 mana here, and I'm gonna cast Starstorm for
Trigger.
3.
Trigger. I will make another spider.
And on that, I will also make another 1/1 counter on each of my Steelburrs and 2 growth counters on my Simic Ascendancy.
All right. We're gonna deal 3 damage to each creature after that,
My 4 spiders.
which is going to take out my 3 Saprolings and my Lotus Cobra.
In response to that, I'm going to tap my Lauren of the Third Path, and you and I are each going to draw a card.
I don't want to draw cards.
I'm losing my mana dorks. I need it.
I'm losing my mana dork as well.
I'm losing the squirrel.
I
Nope,
lose
squirrel.
3 creatures.
I got a whole bunch of triggers on the stack here. So can everyone tell me how many creatures are losing here?
Quattro.
4.
4.
3. And I'm losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you said 4, 4, 3, which means 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
I will make 11 blood tokens with the Eulogist. And then I'm going to have a bunch of death triggers on the Poison Tip Archer and the Zulaport Cutthroat. So 4, 4, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I'll have 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So everyone will take everyone but me will take 16 from the Poison Tip Archer. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures that are dying, I believe, which means that Zulaport Cutthroat will then trigger, and everyone will take 5 damage, and I will gain 5 life. Is the math
Bringing down to
mathing?
21.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Brings me down to a cool 20. And I lose all these guys.
And I'll make some blood tokens.
And
11
this
of
is
them.
my... Oh, my Thickest in the Thicket is a creature. I didn't even realize it's a 5 mana cost. Look at that. Look at the value. The value. What do you got over there, Dad?
I got a 4, 4 and a 3, 5.
With 1 point of damage, or with 1 point of...
3 points of damage marked on both of them.
And my creatures are indestructible, you say?
Oh, wow. It's almost as if
Huh.
it was all
I'm going to swing 2 4/4s and a 6/6 at you.
Oh, God.
Well, you are at 42 and the rest of it. Who could have Who could have possibly done this?
So?
Who could have possibly done
I
this?
feel like I did this to myself. Yeah. How much damage is that?
That's enough.
Okay, good. So 42?
It's 10, or not 10, it's 14. 4, 4, and 6.
All right, so 40 minus 12, that puts me at 28.
Big punch.
Big punch. Then
Brings me back to reality.
I'm going to move to my end step. Brightcap Badger is going to make a +1 or a Sapperling token. And since I control the largest creature on the board, because I have a 6/6, I'm going to draw 2 cards from Thickest in the Thicket. And that is my whole turn.
Did you draw cards from your Badger? Or Raccoon, rather, your commander? Because you hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh yes, I did. I also didn't draw those cards. No, I get to draw 2 cards from that as well. 1 and 2. Look at that. Oh, guys, guess what?
Oh.
You did it!
That's actually I shouldn't play that because that would be those would have been drawn on my end step from this. So we're good. We're good. We're good. No one's cheating.
All right, here we go. Untap. Upkeep draw. I'm going to play a Ral Tower for turn. And for 2 mana, a Peerless Recycling. I'm going to gift the card. Gabe, you could draw a card. And then I'm going to return 2 permanents from my graveyard to my hand.
Wait.
I have a spider trigger. I'll make a spider.
All right, will you make a spider? I'm going to return Spore Frog and Bloodroot Apothecary to my hand.
Ooh.
All
Wait.
right.
Oh.
So now
I just spent my whole turn dealing with that apothecary.
Toxic.
I'm going to spend 1 blue to make 2 green, and we'll do filter there for the 3, floating a green. So I'm going to do the Bloodroot Apothecary. When that enters, I get a treasure, and you know, Gabe, this is going to hurt you more than me, so have another treasure.
Trash.
Yeah.
You got me right in my. You
Yeah,
make me
let's
want to use
do it.
more of my trash.
You got me right in the trash,
I'm
man.
I'm presenting lethal on myself now. You know that.
Yeah, you got lethal on board. Here we go.
Got lethal on board.
The one floating
Emma
green
Comey.
will put back out the Fog Frog. I believe
Makes me
that's
better
everything for my
boil.
turn. Yeah, pass on. Yo.
Oakley dokley. All right, I'm going to untap. I'm going to draw this wonderful card. That's a good card. Okay. Although you have an apothecary out, I still want to use some of these wonderful blood tokens, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to tap and sack one of them. I'm going to discard this Maskwood Nexus. I'm going to draw a card.
That will gain you 2 poison.
Ouch. Ouch. However, this card's pretty cool. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, look at that. That's exactly enough to cast it. I'm going to swing 6 cards. Oh, I missed a trigger. I'm bad at magic. When I sack the blood token, this would get a +1/+1, and I would gain a life.
Yep.
Boop. And boop. Oh. All right. So,
wait.
anyway, I'm going to tap 6, and I'm going to cast this Casualties of War.
Oh,
Everyone's favorite
Here we go.
Golgari spell. Mmm, tasty.
I have a
Here we
feeling
go.
that I'm gonna get a lot out of this.
No, but yes.
Oh.
The enchantment is going to be the Simic Ascendancy, because that can win out of nowhere. We are going to get rid of the frisky raccoon over there. Gabe, your
My boy
commander.
Bello, the
Bello. Yeah, Bello's not so Bello anymore.
He's a part of the Brambles. What do you do this to my bambino like this?
Yeah.
This is terrible.
And to ensure that you're not just casting them again willy-nilly for free without using your treasures, I'm also going to target your Gilded Lotus.
You taking he's a flower too?
Yes, exactly. Bello and his brooch.
Oh, this is not nice.
And I guess I get to pop a land, so I don't have a command tower, so you're not allowed to have a command tower.
This hurts.
There will be a couple of triggers. These guys are going to get a 1/1 counter each. Simic Ascendi is going to get also growth counters, but it will not matter because it explodes.
It exploded.
Explodes.
Go bye-bye.
And then I have not played a land for turn, so I'll play this Evolving Wilds. And I don't think I'm attacking. There's a lot going on here. I'm just gonna pass the turn.
All right, untap, upkeep, draw. Oh my gosh, guys, you'll never believe it. I'm gonna play a basic land.
Whoa!
It's a good day.
Nice. Still wouldn't help with the Glacial Fortress, but yeah.
That's so rude of you. Because you're being mean, I'm gonna cast a Shield Broker.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this card.
I want to read your big mean spell. Why are you casting Cthulhu and taking
Mine now.
a target non-commander creature you don't
Might
control?
this
You can control that creature for as long as it has a shield counter. For as long as it has a shield counter on it.
Don't do damage.
What an interesting, what a funny little haha thing.
And I'm going to pass the turn after that because
All right.
I need stuff back.
All right, so I'm going to untap for turn. I'm going to upkeep for turn. And you are now able to do that. And we're going to draw for turn. It's an interesting draw. It's not very interesting. Okay, so let's do land for turn. And then I need to bring back my bambino. He need to come back to this game. He know it's my boy Bello. He come, he's a bard. He come with the bramble. He come, he say, va bene così. And then that's it. Okay, but that's not all. That's all he says actually. What I'm gonna do after that is I'm gonna cast for 1, 2, and 1 of these. Thus, by taking 2 poison, I'm gonna cast a Teapot Slinger. And since I used mana from a treasure, I'm going to Cascade. But first, before I Cascade, I'm going to read Teapot Slinger because it's a new card. It's a 3/4 with Menace, and whenever you expend 4, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. So I'm going to start dealing some damage. It's shocking, yes, quite literally. All right, let's spin the wheel, friends, shall we?
Wonder where that's
Then we're giving each other gifts now, eh, Steve? Here's a gift.
Yes.
It's a worse 3/3.
Yes.
All right.
Ooh,
So last time I'm doing this, I'm reminding you of my creature's trigger.
I have a trigger of your creature.
And
spiders.
my Reign of Riches.
I'm out of spider tokens.
It's okay.
So instead, I'm going to give you...
Here's my spider token.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's a copy. Everything's a copy.
Yeah.
And since these guys are now 4/4s again, you heard this one before, Dagger.
What?
Patrick,
What?
Patrick, take 4 or take 8.
I will
Or you gonna
gladly
take.
block one of them with my 5/5 Moonstone Eulogist.
It is-
Take 4.
It is indestructible, so that's fine.
I mean, I'm not taking 8. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
Owie!
That is me, and I did a lot. I'm very happy with my turn. I'm going to make a Saproling on the end of my turn. And do I control the largest creature? No, Steve, you have the biggest creatures, right? 6 6s? Yeah.
For now.
For now. Okay, yeah, you can have your turn now.
Here we go. Top deck something good. Top deck something good. Islands are good. Islands are good. They're fine. I like lands. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bring out an oldie but a goodie, the Psychosis Crawler. Power and toughness equal the number of cards in my hand, which is 5 at this mo. And whenever I draw a card, each opponent loses 1 life. Then we're going to not a part of the plan at all. 1, 2, 3, and I'll sack the treasure to bring out my commander. So, Mrs. Bumbleflower, 1/5 vigilance. Whenever I cast a spell, target opponent draws a card. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It gains flying until end of turn. If this is the second time this ability is resolved this turn, I draw 2 cards. 3, 4, 5. But I think we need some combat now. So, moving into combat, we will do one of the steel burr, the OG steel burr, coming your way, Gabe. And we've got the token coming your way. They are both 6/6s vigilance.
Yeah, I ain't blocking that. I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm gonna chump that with a sapling. We're not gonna. 6 is
Alright,
a lot
that is-
at 15.
Pretty good. Yes, I'll pass my turn.
On the end of your turn, I'm going to be efficient and crack this Evolving Wilds and look for a swamp. And then shuffle up
And play?
and play. Good. Untap. Upkeep, draw. Well, that's a card, I guess. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. 8 mana, and there's a whole lot of scary stuff on board. Okay, so I'll play land for turn. We've been playing long enough, and my commander hasn't seen the board, so let's cast that. Let's do that. I'm gonna, for black, green, and yet another green. Hazel of the Root Bloom is coming out. So Hazel is a squirrel druid, 3/5, and has pay 2 life, tap X untapped tokens you control, add X mana in any combination of colors. At the beginning of your end step, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. If that token is a squirrel, instead create 2 tokens that are copies of it. And for the sake of making things hard and confusing, I'm also going to cast this Chatterfang.
Yeah.
Chatterfang, you all know what Chatterfang does, but when I make tokens, I make additional squirrel tokens. So we're going to make a whole lot of stuff's going to happen. I don't quite think I want to be attacking anyone. But I do have mana, so for the sake of being efficient, I will crack a blood. I will discard this Temple of Malady that I don't quite care for. This will trigger. I will gain a life and put a counter on the Eulogist, and then I'll draw for the resolution of that blood token. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to end step. I have a trigger on the Hazel. I'm going to make a copy of this spider token because I like blocking. So we're gonna make the spider token, but when I create the spider token, I will make that many squirrel tokens as well. So I will make a squirrel token, which I've got somewhere over here.
Value.
Oh, we're churning, baby.
Churning.
Getting squirrely.
It's getting squirrely.
nuts over there,
Yeah,
boy.
exactly. This whole deck's nuts.
It's
But I believe that is the end of my turn.
All right, so let's untap, draw. That doesn't do anything for me. I'm going to tap to filter this guy, and I'm going to play an Arcane Signet.
Trigger on the champions.
Why can't I have triggers on people's turns?
You're doing enough on your turn.
2 blue
Do more.
and 3, and I'm going to cast Stolen by the Fae. I'm going to return your commander back to your hand.
Bello, amico.
And I'm going to make 3 of these fairy tokens, and we're going to tap down some stuff.
My favorite champion.
Yeah, I'm going to tap those 2 guys down because they're big and scary, and I think that's the next big scary that goes tapped.
But my bat.
Your bat doesn't untap during your untap step.
That's
Combat.
no like.
No, I don't think I got good combat anywhere, so I think I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let's untap for turn. Untap my enchantments as well, which is the weird. Yeah, always a weird feeling untapping your like non-creature enchantments and that don't have tap abilities. All right. Let's draw this card. That's a card. It's a Magic the Gathering card. All right. So, we are going to start off with a using one treasure to get the Cascade trigger from Rain of Riches. We are going to cast a Kodama of the East Tree. That's going to trigger Rain of Riches, and we're going to Cascade. Let's spin the wheel, boys. We got, Pyreswipe Hawk. It's a 4/4 with flying and haste. Whenever it attacks, it gets +X/+O until end of turn, which X is the greatest number of mana of artifacts I control. And whenever I expend 6, I can gain control of target artifact for as long as I control it. Okay. That's going to trigger Garrick's Uprising, which is going to cause me to draw a card. Then the Kodama is going to enter, which is going to trigger Garrick's Uprising as well, and going to cause me to also draw a card. Okay. This is a grip of cards here. This is quite the grip of cards here. All right. What we are going to do next is we're going to cast for... Yeah. Oh, also, my Teapot Slinger triggers, because I expended 4 off of that, so you each will take 2. My apologies, guys. Missed my trigger. Then we're going to play for 3, tapping these guys, and these are going to go away. Kaboomy. And... Oh, wait, actually, I can keep one of these around. Because I have... No, I can't. Oop. And just rip my board state apart there doing that. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to cast a Rampaging Baloths, which is going to enter the battlefield and trigger my Kodama of the East Tree. And I'm going to put my friend Steve into play off Kodama, which is probably... You have a 1/2 with reach. You know what? I think I'm going to hold them where they are. Garuk. Yes, that's true. I draw off that. Oh, did I play a land for turn? I don't believe I did I, guys?
Kodama trigger.
Kodama trigger.
Do you have another land?
I'm going to pass my turn. Actually, at the end of my turn.
You get a beast for the rampaging?
Yes, and I do get a beast for the Rampaging Baloth as well. And a Saproling at the end of my turn.
And when that beast comes in, you will draw a card.
Yes, I will. Because this value engine just doesn't quit, guys. I was going to say, do I not have the 4/4 beast token, but I have the 3/3 beast token? What is this? Draw my card off that? All right.
Okay, that was a big turn. We have some big turns coming up. Oh, those are frostbits. They don't untap. Upkeep draw. So, we will do 2 for 5 mana. And I'm going to cast my first spell this turn. It's going to be an Intellectual Offering. So, choose an opponent. Patrick, you and I are each going to draw 3 cards. And choose an opponent. Patrick, we're going to untap all non-land permanents we control and all non-land permanents you control. So we're going to untap our non-land permanents. Untap those things.
Neat.
Draw some cards. You make a spider.
We draw 3, right?
You draw 3, I draw 3. And then because of Bumbleflower here, whenever I cast a spell, target opponent Patrick, draw a card.
Hey, look at that.
I'm going to put a 1/1 counter on target creature I control, which is going to be this one. And it's going to gain flying until end of turn.
My Junk Winder trigger on the with
Oh,
that.
yep.
I'm going to tap down Kodama.
Kodama.
I
Cool.
shouldn't have said anything.
So we've got a land for turn now, which is nice. And then I'm going to cast my second spell of the turn, which is going to be a nice, easy Thought Vessel. So this creature is going to get a counter. Patrick, you're going to draw another card.
Hey.
And then I'm going to draw 2 cards. Now, we've got some psychosis crawlers through all of this. 1 for draw for turn, 3 for the intellectual, and 2 for Bumble. So we're looking at a total of 6 per opponent.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
And now for the 3rd time, I have no maximum hand size.
Good.
My hand size is going
I
nowhere.
could've
1, 2,
been
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wait, I had
Also-
that. That's right.
Psychosis is now all the way up to an 8/8, which is pretty good. We're going to move into combat, and I'm going to send 1 Steelbur Gabe's way, and the other one with flying. Oh, you're just going to use it for the Arasta. All right, Patrick, I gave you nice enough, so here's a nice. Here's a 9/9 flying vigilance coming your way.
I'll block with one of my spider tokens.
I like it. And for
I'm gonna block with
9 flying.
Is it flying or?
Yep, till end of turn.
Oh, it's flying. Shoot. Okay, I gotta chump that with the Pyre Swing.
Yep. All right, that will be the end of my turn.
Neat. All right, well, I got a whole lot of hullabaloo on my turn with all of those sweet cards you allowed me to draw. So I'll draw for turn. Okay. What we'll do first is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures. I'm going to cast Shamanic Revelations.
Nice.
Trigger.
Take.
Get that. I'm gonna tap down this guy.
Down.
So I will draw a card for each creature I control, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I'll gain 4 life for each creature I control with power 4 or greater, in this instance, 1. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to draw 5 cards.
You needed more.
I needed more cards.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
That many.
5. 5 in some other language. Okay. I will make a land drop per turn. It's going to be...
Nope. That's going to put a counter on these guys, by the way.
Oh, yep. Gonna make a command tower land drop per turn. Hey man, I drew like a bajillion cards this turn, so we're about to get ruder, don't you worry. Okay, so I'm 1 mana short from doing what I want to do. However, because of my cool commander special ability, I can pay 2 life and tap some number of tokens and float mana in any combination of colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap Hazel, I'm going to take 2, and I'm going to tap 5 of my blood tokens to make a combination of green and black. So let's see. Do a copy token. Good. I will tap 5 of them. So 4 of them will be untapped, 5 of them will be tapped to make, let's say, green, green, black, black, black. With that, I'm going to cast a Windgrace's Judgment. So you will get another trigger.
I will get another trigger.
I want a trigger.
Let's tap down the.
No, you just get triggered.
Oh.
All right, good. So, Windgrace's Judgment, I get to destroy, for each opponent, I can destroy something they control. The targets are going to be my Arasta, because there's a shield counter on it, I would get it back. Definitely the Psychosis Crawler, because it's mean and I don't like it. And I've also had a bad history with Rampaging Bello, so we're going to get rid of that, because if I can't make 4/4 beasts, you shouldn't be allowed to make 4/4
In
beasts.
response to that, I'm gonna sack Steve, and I'm gonna grab a basic, and I'm gonna make a 4/4 and draw a card.
I was so young.
Grab this forest.
Do you, by any chance, have another land in your hand?
No.
Okay, good.
Well, unless the
That could have gone way worse.
I'm a trigger, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That means that the Windgrace resolves, right? Okay. So that leaves me with 4 untapped mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards in hand. I guess I'll cast a couple more random do-nothing spells, one of which is this Gilded Goose.
Oh, flying.
Does fly, comes in, makes food. Somewhere.
Bro.
Please ban, wizards. Too broken. And then Yada 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 yada. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I'm going to go to end step. That will trigger Hazel.
I know the feeling.
Triggered. I'm going to opt to make another token of the squirrel that I control. So what will happen here is Hazel says if I were to make a token, I make 2 tokens. If it's a squirrel, I make 2 tokens instead. And then Chatterfang says if you're going to make tokens, you make twice that many tokens, but they have to be squirrels. Effectively, I'm making 4 squirrels. 3. Those tokens plus that many, 1, 1, plus that many, 1, 1. So 4. Right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just here to play Magic, man. Here we go. So I'll make 4 additional ones, which means I would get 5. Somebody's going to yell at me in the comments for that. It's fine. That is my end step. I now have to move to discard because I have 1 billion cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, meaning I have to discard 2. It'll be this Terramorphic Expanse and this Basic Force.
Okay.
All right, so my turn to untap. Draw. Ooh, that actually kind of helps me out. So I'm gonna tap 2. I'm gonna cast a Loyal Warhound. He comes in, and if someone owns more lands than me, which I think everybody does at this point,
7.
I'm gonna go get a Plains and put that onto the battlefield tapped.
I have
Neat.
this many.
I have 2 less than that.
There's a Plains.
So this many.
Yes.
I'm gonna shuffle, and then think I'm just going to, tap, play my commander, and I gotta keep some stuff back to block all that nonsense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pass my turn.
All right. So I'm going to untap for my turn. I'm going to leave Kodama tapped because someone made it so that she can't untap during my upkeep or my
Who did
untap
that?
save. That's rude. Okay, let's draw a card for turn.
I don't like.
I don't like this. Okay. Got this all sequenced out in my head. Let's do this. We are going to start off with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for a Sunbird's Invocation. Any responses from the table?
I have a trigger.
That's a.
And
Do you have a trigger from Arasta? No, it's not.
no,
It's
it's not an
instant.
instant or short trigger.
Okay, but I have a trigger from Kodama, which is going to allow me to put another permanent into play. It's going to be a Primeval Bounty, and then once I do that, I'm going to play land for turn, which is going to trigger Primeval Bounty, which is going to cause me to gain 3 life. 1, 2, 3. All right. Next up, we're going to cast for 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to cast a Alchemist Gambit. Wrong card. Alchemist Talent. That's going to trigger Sunbird's Invocation, which is going to cause me to look at the top 4. Reveal, yes. And then put the bottom in any order. So top 4 are Greater Good, Sheltered Thicket, Rampant Growth, and Grothama. We're going to go ahead and put the Greater Good into play here. And then I have a Kodama trigger off that. And once that goes off, I'm going to put into play, he's my commander, he's Bello, he's such a good little boy. You know, this guy, he's beautiful. Que bello. All right, and then, because the Alchemist Gambit still wouldn't have resolved at that point, it's going to enter the battlefield, and Bello is going to see it, so I'm going to draw a card off that, actually. And that's going to be a pretty decent
I
card.
think you mean it's gonna enter.
It does enter. Oh, and I have a mistrigger off the Alchemist Talent entering for Kodama. So I'm going to put into play a Llanowar Loam Speaker. Then, well, I've done a lot of stuff here, but like, I gotta move to combat. Oh, I expended 2, so you guys or expended 4, so you guys are all gonna take 2. My apologies, guys. A lot of triggers on this board. Got so many riches. Look at all my riches. I need to get Steve to crack that Spore Frog, so all my indestructible enchantment artifact mens are gonna go into the red zone against Steve, like that.
Perfect. And yep, that will crack the frog.
Heck yeah! All
I
right.
will prevent all combat damage dealt this turn. Declare no blockers. But you still get Bello, maybe? Yes. Combat damage.
It's whenever it deals combat damage to a player, so I don't get
Spore Frog
anything.
prevails again.
I get nothing.
So powerful.
I get nothing.
Yes.
You know what? Yeah, I do like it. It got rid of a big problem for me. So let's see. We'll go to my end step there with that one. Oh, I have a trigger for Mr. Badger. I'm going to make a mushroom. Mushroom.
Okay, we are back and still alive. Oh, still frostbit. Tap, upkeep, draw. So we're gonna slap down a plains for turn. I'll use 2 from Mind Stone. That's gonna be our first spell this turn. So Matt, draw a card.
Sweet.
I'm gonna put a 1/1 counter on this beast token and give it flying until end of turn. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets me a Body of Knowledge. As power and toughness, each equal the number of cards in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 currently. I have no maximum hand size for a fourth time,
Good.
which is pretty cool.
Guys, he's got a play set
Yeah.
of no maximum hand
I
size.
like maximum hand size typo. This is my favorite deck, actually.
Maximum hand size. Whenever this
The
dealt
Kindred.
damage, though, I draw
Kindred.
only cards.
For each
Keep an
maximum
eye out.
hand size you have.
Yeah,
If you have
draw a card.
13 maximum hand size, if you have 7 of maximum hand size, you win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
That should be a new
Oh,
card.
yeah.
Calling it now. That is the second spell. So Matt, draw another card. Have fun. I'll put another counter on the beast because he's got super flying now. That's the second time, so I get to draw 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Counters on the body just to keep track. And yeah, that's my turn. Pass away.
Okay, so on your end step, I have effects. I'm going to tap this Golgari Rot Farm for green and black. I'm going to cast Deadly Dispute, sacrificing one of the tapped bloods that I have. That will trigger the Eulogist because I sacrificed an artifact. I will gain a life, and this will get a trigger. I will go to 13. The dispute will resolve. I'm going to draw 2 cards and make a treasure token. 1, 2. And when I make that treasure token, I'm also going to make a squirrel. Thanks to Chatterfang. I'm going to find a treasure token here somewhere. There we go.
Huge treasure.
Then I think I can go to untap. I'm going to untap here. These will just be 8 untapped blood now. Oh, no, 8. 8 is relevant. 8 is exactly what I need. I will draw for turn.
Why do I hear boss music now?
It's actually Guile's theme.
Oh, no.
I'm going to play a forest. And I think I'm going to try and push for game here, boys. What we're going to do is play yet another new card from this set. For 4 mana, I'm going to cast Insatiable Frugivore. So this is a 2/4 Rat Berserker for 4 mana, and it says whenever it enters the battlefield, or whenever it enters, create a food token. Then I may exile 3 cards from my graveyard, and if I do, I get to repeat this process. So I'll make the 1 food token from when it comes in, and I will exile 3 cards from my graveyard to make another food token, and then I will exile another 3 cards from my graveyard to make another food token. And I think you guys see where this is going. 4.
Yep.
And 5. I should actually be at 6,
You
I
should be
think.
6,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I had one initial one. So I have 6.
And then
Plus 5 more.
5 more squirrels.
5 more squirrels. It's going to go here. So I go to 12 squirrels.
Well, it's a good thing he doesn't have haste, right?
Aha.
Oh,
Ahaha.
but wait.
But wait, there's more. So the next spell, and this is where those exactly eight bloods comes into play. I'm going to tap Hazel and use her ability. I'm going to pay 2 life, and I'm going to tap 8 blood tokens to make 8 green floating mana and cast Enraze Forerunners.
There's the big.
So when Enraze Forerunners comes into play, Vigilance, Trample, Haste, everything gets +2/+2, Vigilance, and Trample. Notably, the tokens that came in this turn do not have Haste. It does not give Haste. But what I will be able to do here is activate Insatiable Frugivore's secondary ability for 4 mana. I'm going to sacrifice all of my foods, and I'm going to give all of my creatures +X/+O and Menace. So I have 7 squirrels that can attack. That is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 creatures, all of which get +6/+O and have Menace. Sorry, +8/+2 and have Menace, Trample, and Vigilance until the end of my turn.
Ow.
Please count your blockers. Yeah?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah?
I think
Yeah?
you got it.
Yeah?
I think you
Yeah,
got
good?
it.
Yeah, good games.
Good games?
Good games.
Good games.
Good game, buddy.
Perfect.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yo.
And if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe.